So this was a first for me, not leaving from the Chicken Run slipway per se, but doing so only after having first gone to the Miller's Rock slipway, where 3 or 4 of us had unloaded our skis and put them on the grass, when this senior statesman from our paddling community, Thomas, with more than 500 Miller's runs under his belt, pointed out that the medium-size southerly and easterly swell were clashing, creating big ugly conditions between the slipway and the rock. So in fact, discretion, we decided, was the better part of valor. So we reloaded our skis and went to the Chicken Run slipway. It was in fact only one single Paul Moret and a double that went around the rock, and we'll meet that double shortly. Conditions on the day were such that one could have chosen to have done either a regular Miller's or an east-west crossing of the bay, which some guys did, and we'll talk about them shortly. That's Fred Cresswell up front and Nick Rocky at the back, feeling each other out as potential partners for the Freedom Challenge. Nick tells me that it must have gone well, as he hasn't been fired and believes that they will be racing together. Conditions were such going out to the rock that Fred actually missed the rock and overshot it by quite a margin. As mentioned, the primary feature of this run was the schizo nature of Mother Miller's on the day, with both a southerly and a well-developed easterly swell, to the extent that Kenny Rice and a bunch of other champions and elite paddlers was doing a 46 kilometer east to west crossing of the Bray from Hunklip through to the sailing club. Whilst I've often encountered both southerly and easterly swell on the same run, this was the run on which I encountered the greatest or biggest combination of both southerly and easterly swell, with one being continually confronted with the option of heading either left or right. Another feature of the run was the frequency of nose slapping, as just happened there, due to the gnarliness of the track, although in that instance there was a bit of rebound from the lighthouse as well. Us YouTubers typically like to show you only the best runs of the day, whereas a more accurate portrayal of what happens on a run like today for an intermediate paddler, when there was very little wind assistance, is that we put in a lot of effort, and most of the time the runs get away from us, which is what happens over the next 30 seconds or so. Pursuit of that elusive run, we, particularly us intermediate paddlers, often push ourselves to our limits, which is coming up right now, and I'm pretty sure that had I been in my swordfish for that, I would have certainly tipped over. Fortunately, the wind did pick up in the afternoon, with the 4 o'clock run experiencing between 30 and 40 knots with some great runs, as evidenced by this magnificent pic by Vinny, which really shows perspective, which is robbed by the GoPro. That's Lee up front and Mike at the back on their way to another sub 40.